Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Savannah and today we are doing a video for all my Disneyland lovers out there. I'm going to be doing my Disneyland Essentials. So basically I'm just going to be talking about everything that I like to bring with me when I go to the park. So a lot of these things are like no-brainers. Of course you're going to want to bring them, but I just kind of wanted to go through everything that I put in my bag. So I guess this is kind of like a what's in my bag like Disneyland edition. But I want to call it my Disneyland Essentials because they are essential to me whenever I go. So I'm hoping a lot of these things will be helpful for you, like if you're planning on going to the park soon, maybe this will help you out in packing a bag for when you go. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is definitely a no-brainer, and that is a backpack. You're going to want to bring some kind of backpack or bag with you to the park when you go. This is my big backpack, so I only bring this one when I am planning on doing like a lot of shopping, or if I need to bring like a bulky jacket with me if the weather's going to be like rocky throughout the day, like sometimes cold, sometimes hot. But most of the time I don't really like to bring this one just because it is so big, and I feel like when you're getting on and off of rides, it's kind of like a hassle to take off and like store beneath your feet. So I prefer a much smaller backpack like this one here. It still has the two straps, but it is significantly smaller, as you can see. You can still fit a lot of things in here, so I definitely like this better because like in some of the rides you can even just keep your backpack on. You can just get in and off of the rides, or just like set it in your lap, or like wrap it around your leg on rides where you're scared that it might fly off. But I definitely prefer a smaller backpack. It's just easier. And honestly, you really don't need to carry a bunch of crap with you when you go. Like, just keep it minimal and you'll be much happier. This next one I feel like is also a no-brainer, but some people may forget. That's a portable charger. You're gonna be at the park all day and you don't want to have to worry about finding an outlet that you can plug your phone in. So I would just bring a portable charger. Make sure that it's nice and charged and it's small. You can keep it in your backpack and charge whenever you need it. This one is just the gold one I got at Urban Outfitters, and it holds one charge in it. So this really helps because you're going to be using your phone a lot to take pictures and use the Disneyland apps, which I'll talk about later. Your battery will most likely die fast, so just bring a charger. Better safe than sorry. So the next thing you should bring that kind of goes along with that charger is your phone. You do not want to leave your phone in the car. Just bring it with you, because if you get separated from your group, you can always call them or whatever, and you're going to want to take pictures if you don't have a camera. And a lot of the times I like to take pictures on my phone more than my camera, just because I can have them on my phone and I can quickly upload them to Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. And another reason why I really like to have my phone is the Disneyland apps that are on there. So there are two that I use. I use MouseWeight and the actual Disneyland app. What I like about MouseWeight is it has both of the parks right here, and it also has right here which annual passes are blocked out that day. It has like what shows are up next right here. It shows you the weather for current and the weather for the next 5 days, which is pretty cool. Another thing I really like about this is it has the park hours below each park right here. And it also shows you the crowd index, which it pretty much tells you how packed each park is. So right now, Disneyland is at 84% full and California Adventure is at 85% full. I like to have this because let's say you're at Disneyland and it's really, really crowded and you're like, well, maybe we should just go to California Adventure. Maybe it's less crowded. Well, you can pull up this app and it'll tell you which park is less crowded at that time, so you can pick and choose what parks you want to go to at that time, depending on how crowded it is. So I really like that about this app. And then you click on one of the parks and then it shows you the wait times for everything. What I like about the Disneyland app is it has a virtual map on here. So as you can see, you can like scroll all around the park, Disneyland and California Adventure. And these little bubbles that are everywhere, these are the wait times. So if you click it, it'll tell you exactly what the attraction is and what the wait time is. And then if you click on the attraction, it tells you the wait, find on map. It tells you what height you have to be, age it's good for, what kind of thrill type it is. And it gives you like a short description about the ride, which is pretty cool. Another thing I really like about the Disneyland app is you can enter in your annual pass. So if you have an annual pass, you can enter it in here, and when you log in, your annual pass kind of shows up with like a barcode, and you can use that to get into the parks as well. So let's say that your annual pass is buried away somewhere in your backpack and you have your phone in your hands, you can just bust this out and they can scan it to get you in. I love that. And it also shows you when your annual pass expires and your blackout date calendar if you have any blackout dates on your annual pass. You can also reserve dining, which is very important, or you can buy tickets on this app as well. Which leads me to my next thing. It is very, very important to reserve dining when you're going to Disneyland. So chances are, if you don't make a dinner reservation or lunch reservation at one of the really popular restaurants, you're going to have to wait probably like an hour or so on a regular busy day. But if you have a reservation, you can get seated right away. And also, if you sometimes some nights on the very, very like popular restaurants, you won't even be able to get a seat like at all. It'll only be reservation only. So like for Blue Bayou, for example, if we try to go there for dinner and we don't have a reservation, they turn us away. They say, sorry, if you don't have a reservation, we're not seating you tonight, we're just too busy. So it's always important, even if it's not a busy day, just get a reservation. It's super easy. All you have to do is put down your credit card and it holds your spot for you. And you can do it with any of the dining locations in Disneyland, but it's only important for like the very popular restaurants like Carnation Cafe, Cafe Orleans, Blue Bayou, Carthay Circle, any of those types of restaurants. The only thing about that is if you don't show up to your reservation, they're going to charge, I think it's $10 per person. So if you are not, excuse me. So if you are not going to show up to your reservation, just make sure you cancel it 24 hours before your reservation time and you should be good. Another thing I like to bring with me to the parks is a lanyard. This is just one of the ones that I have. It's a Totoro one. So basically what you do with these is you clip a little plastic sleeve that you can buy at the park. I don't know where mine is, but I have a Nightmare Before Christmas one somewhere. And you clip it to this, and you put it around your neck, and you can keep things in there like fast passes, your debit cards, cash, your ID, your tickets, your annual pass, and everything will just be right here around your neck. And it's really easy to just take it out when you need it, instead of like going in your backpack, taking out your wallet and getting all that stuff. It's just really convenient to have everything around your neck. So they sell lanyards and they sell the little plastic pockets at Disneyland, or you can buy them online really cheap, just plain ones. It's just really convenient to have, and you won't have to worry about losing it because everything's around your neck. So if something's missing, you'll know right away. And I feel like that's really super duper handy. When I don't have my lanyard with me, I will just bring this right here instead of my big bulky wallet. I feel like this is much more practical and it doesn't take up as much room in my bag. So this is just a little like card sleeve from Victoria's Secret. It has a spot for cards, it has a zipper pocket for cash or coins, and it has like this little strap. So you can clip this on your lanyard around your neck. You can clip it to your bag on the inside so that it doesn't go anywhere. I just feel like this is much more practical because you don't want to have your heavy bulky wallet with you. You just want the basics. And speaking of basics, if you have a debit card, I would just use that. I wouldn't bring cash with you to the parks because it's just so much extra like stuff that you have to do. You have to like count out your money, get change, and then worry about where the change is, and it's just kind of a hassle. So if you have your debit card, you could just swipe away and you can keep track on your bank account app. But if you're too young to have a bank account, cash is fine. Obviously, it's your only option. So just make sure that you keep it all together, put it in the zipper pocket of your wallet, and don't lose it. I don't know about you, but when I'm at the parks, I always like to have something on my head. Are you okay over there? Sorry, my dog's like wiggling around. Anyways, I always like to have something on my head, whether it be mouse ears or a cap or a fedora or whatever, like a hat like this one. I don't know, I feel weird when my head is empty. So yeah, these mouse ears are from the park. I got them a long time ago, so they don't sell these anymore. I think these exact ones, at least. I know that they do have silver sequins ones, but it's sequins like all over, and they're like the puffy pillow kind. These ones are like, I think you can adjust these because there's a wire in them. But yeah, I really love these. And then these ones, these are my holographic ones. I got these from an Etsy shop called House of Mouse. I really like these. Just the first time that I wore them, one of the ears like broke and was like bending backwards, and I had to go find glue inside Disneyland to fix them. But the lady at the umbrella stand hooked it up and she fixed them for me. So these are really cute too. You can buy mouse ears at the park. I think they're like $25, and my holographic ones were $30, so it's a little bit more expensive when you get custom, obviously. But when you get in the park, there's like a stand right there when you get in that has a bunch of mini ears that you could buy. I think mini ears are really cool. They're like a way to show off your personality because there's so many different ones that you can get, and it just says a lot about you, like what style of mini ears that you have on. Alright, I have another no-brainer for you. That's sunglasses. Make sure that you bring your sunglasses because 9 times out of 10 Disneyland is going to be hot and sunny, and you don't want to like walk around the park all day squinting your eyes because it is really bright. So sunglasses are a way, of course, to keep sun out of your eyes. What else is it used for? But yeah, you can add a little something to your outfit with sunglasses as well. So yeah, just bring them with you. You won't regret it. When I'm at Disneyland, I like to vlog, so I always bring my camera with me, and I always bring my mini tripod. This one is a Manfrotto. It's just like the little like spaceship looking one. The camera that I use is a Canon G7x. I feel like that's a really good vlogging setup if you're interested in vlogging at Disneyland. Yeah, it works really well for me and I'm really satisfied. So I always bring those with me. Last but not least, I always bring like a little toiletry bag with me. Very small, very limited. And I keep gum in there. I have a compact mirror with some powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder, the matte and poreless one in translucent. I like to bring this one because it has powder in it, and it also has a mirror, so I don't have to bring a separate mirror with me. I always bring whatever lipstick I'm wearing that day. Chances are I'm going to be wearing lipstick if I'm at Disneyland, so I'll always have that in my bag so I can touch up. This one is Echo Park by ColourPop. In case you're wondering, it's what I have on my mouth right now. I keep nail glue because I wear press-on glue on nails, and sometimes they pop off if I'm a little too rough with them. So if it does pop off, I'm gonna want to glue it back on. So I always keep nail glue with me. My little Advil container, in case I get a headache or my legs start hurting too much, I always like to have Advil with me, just in case anybody has any kind of pain. This right here is Band-Aid Friction Block. You've heard me talk about this in my other videos. This is just to help any kind of like rubbing you got going on with your skin or whatever, like in between your thighs or like under your arms, or if you're wearing uncomfortable shoes, which you shouldn't be, but if you choose to wear uncomfortable shoes, this will help. If you feel yourself getting a blister anywhere, you just rub it on there, and it kind of like serves as like a barrier between what is rubbing against you and your skin. So it helps with the pain. It's just like a small little like deodorant type thing. You just rub it on. It's really easy. And then I always bring Aquaphor with me wherever I go. Even if I'm at Disneyland or if I'm not at Disneyland, I will always have this with me. It's just a really good chapstick. And also bring hand sanitizer with you. You're going to be touching a lot of things around a lot of people, so you want to stay sanitary. You're not always going to have a sink where you can wash your hands, so it's just nice to have that with you so you can apply it all day. Oh, there's one more thing that I want to talk about. It's this right here. It's this little bag of tradable pins. So if you notice at Disneyland, there are a lot of like pin stores and pin stations, and it's just like an array of all things Disney in a pin, and you can buy these pins and you can like collect them and trade them. I like to collect. I have some bulletin boards on my wall that are filled with my Disney pins, but some of them like if you buy, like they have mystery packs, so you don't know what's in them, and a lot of the times you're not gonna like what you get, but a lot of the times you'll get like a gem and you'll love it. So it's kind of just like fun to see what you'll get randomly. So I have this bag of pins that I don't want, and these are the ones that I use to trade. So cast members around Disneyland, they have some pins sometimes. Sometimes they'll be wearing them around their neck, Or sometimes they will be like in front of stores with their little like Mickey board set up with pins on it, and you can go up to them and you can trade with them what your pin for one of theirs. And they are required to trade with you any pin that you want. You just have to give them one in return. It's kind of just like a fun thing. Like I had some pins on my backpack one time when we went to Disneyland, and I had this one of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. He had 2 ice cream cones and he was wearing Mickey ears. And this little girl, she was like, I don't know, maybe like 9. She came up to me and asked me if I wanted to trade my Stitch pin for one of hers. So she had this little book just like filled with pins from like Disney World and Disneyland, and she let me choose which one I wanted. So I ended up getting this like little sheriff badge with Mickey on it from Disney World, I think it was. And I gave her my Stitch one. So it was kind of just like it's kind of like a fun thing that you can do with the workers there or other people there, is trading pins. So I just have a few pins in this bag that I bring with me that I don't want, that I'm willing to trade. Like I have this one, it's just like a guy like throwing a baseball. I don't know what that has to do with Disney. I have this clown one. I have this guy right here. I don't know who this is, but he's wearing Mickey ears. I have this one from Peter Pan. I think his name's John. It's one of the brothers, but he's like flying through the night sky. And then I have like a few other ones, but I bring this with me to trade pins while I'm there. Alright guys, that is it. I hope this helped you. Like if you're going to Disneyland soon, I hope this helped you like figure out what you want to bring with you. All this stuff I can normally fit into my small backpack, so everything's pretty small, so it works out. And I have a few Disneyland vlogs on my channel if you're interested in watching those to get more excited for your trip. I'm going in, how many days? 3 days. 3 days, I'm so excited. I'm going on Halloween, and we're gonna go to Mickey's Halloween party that night. So I'm gonna be vlogging that trip, and I'm super excited. So yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel to make sure that you can see that. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!